Hey, my name's Jason Creel and you're watching A Lawn Care Life. Well, I work on Saturdays sometimes, and in this video I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of a lawn care business working on Saturday. And for me personally, I don't mind working on Saturday. Of course, there's some things I could probably rather be doing, like maybe going fishing or something like that, but again, there's some real benefits to it and also some negatives, so let's get started talking about that right now. So let's talk about the pros first. When it comes to working on a Saturday, and I've experienced that today, I'm filming this on a Saturday. Today I've been out spraying yards and I'm trying to get it done. The reason I'm working on Saturday, we've had a very rainy time recently, and I need to get my first application that I'm doing on the lawns down fairly quickly. And so because it's been raining a lot during the week, Saturday's a beautiful weather day, at least for this week, so I want to get out and take care of that. Well, what has happened, and this was just a good reminder for me, but while I'm spraying a yard, guess what happens? A neighbor is pulling out of his driveway and he flags me down. He gets out, he comes over and starts talking to me, and he sees me out there working. And I went over and talked to him, and he said, hey, I've just moved in down the road. Can you give me a quote on my yard? And he said something interesting to me. He said, you know, I just got something on my door the other day from another company, but you know, since you're here, can you give me a quote? So guess what? He was leaving. I said, let me get your phone number. As soon as I get done with this yard, I'll go measure your yard and I'll give you a call and tell you the price. And I told him, I said, listen, I'm over in this area. This application is very important. Even the timing of it needs to happen soon. So if you don't mind, if we can agree on a price, I would like to go ahead and do the first application today. He said, sure. So anyway, I go measure his yard and call him, give him the price. He agrees to the price, and I take care of the application right there on the spot. Now, what was interesting about that, again, he said he just got an advertisement on his door. Does that mean advertisements on the doors don't work? No, it doesn't. They do work, but it's different for different people. Sometimes just being out there on a beautiful Saturday morning, particularly in the spring, can be a great opportunity for you in your lawn business, because people are out there, they see you, and it's just convenient, and they know, okay, it's one reality to see, like, my neighbor uses this person because they've got a sign in the yard, but it's another thing to see them out there actually working on the neighbor's yard with your truck and everything, and to hire them on the spot. And to be able to have that face-to-face interaction is very important. I believe I can sell face-to-face better than that postcard. Now, sometimes a postcard might get you a call and you can go sell it at that point, but anyway, big advantage of working on Saturdays is people are home. If it's nice weather in the spring, a lot of people are out working in their yard. You get seen and you can land the jobs right on the spot and go ahead and take care of that work and lock in that customer. Well, what was great was that was not the only thing that happened. While I was spraying that person's yard or measuring his yard, guess what? The neighbor on the other side comes walking over, and her yard looks great. She was over there ringing the doorbell while I was talking to the guy whose house it was on the phone. I told the guy on the phone, I said, hey, your neighbor's coming over ringing your doorbell. He said, oh, tell her you're talking to me. So anyway, I got off the phone. I said, yeah, I said, hey, they just left. He'll be back soon. He has hired me to do his yard. I said, would you want a quote on your yard? And she says, well, let me think about it. She said, we're using such and such company and have been here for 6 years, and at first they were doing a pretty good job, but we're not just happy with them. I said, well, hey, I'm not going to press you, but I'm here. It won't hurt to give you a quote. I'll be happy to give you a quote, and then, just at least can see what I charge, and if you want to switch, great. If you don't, at least you'll know the price. So I said, so I pressed her a little bit more. I said, would you want me to go ahead and give you a quote now? I've got my measuring wheel with me in the truck. She said, sure. So I measured the yard. Her and her husband come out on the front porch and talk to me. I'm able to kind of talk to them a little bit about what I saw in their yard, what was going good, what was not going as well, and tell them about my program, give them a price. And guess what? They did not sign up on the spot. They just had the conversation, but I feel like that once I'm able to get their next door neighbor's yard, if they are to switch one day, they're gonna see the progress that their neighbor's yard makes over this course of this year. So I feel like if they do switch, you know, it may be a year or two down the road, but I feel like I've got a good opportunity to get that one in the future. While I was working today, I also get a text message. Somebody I had quoted a year ago texts me back and says, hey, we want to pay for the whole year this year. And I happen to be in that area. So I stopped what I was doing, you know, finish up that yard, drive 15 minutes or so over to that yard, go ahead and spray it right there on the spot, and got a check for the whole year and sign that one up. Also, while I was out working, I got a phone call from somebody else saying, hey, so-and-so referred me to you, and I said, okay, hey, I'm working today. I would love the opportunity to bid on your yard. I said, if it's okay, can it wait till Monday? I'm in a position to be able to look at it today, but if you will, you know, let me look at it on Monday. I said, I may be able to give you a quote on the computer, but I want to look at the yard in person if possible. She said, sure, no problem. So anyway, the point being, you know, I've gotten 4 opportunities to get new customers. I've got 2 of them already landed. One I was able to give a quote to, and the other I'm planning to give a quote to on Monday. Some of that could have happened if I wasn't working today, but the fact that I was out there on a Saturday gave me some extra opportunity. Another big advantage, in my opinion, working on Saturday is you got some of these commercial properties, and let's say it's some kind of office building, and there's a lot of cars there during the week, and you can go on a Saturday and nobody's there. Now this is a big advantage, not because you don't want to talk to people, which may or may not be true, but you know, just having those cars in the way, especially if you're mowing the lawn, that can be a real problem. But even doing weed control and fertilization, if you're trying to spray a lawn and you got this cars kind of hanging over the curb and you're thinking, oh, you know, you can't go ask 40 people to move their car. So, you know, but if you can do it on a Saturday, it's great. Another thing I like about Saturdays is when I get out there on a Saturday morning, it's not very crowded. There's not the work traffic. I can go get out there at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, go to these commercial properties, and you know, nobody's there. There's no traffic. I can go take care of it, and by 8 o'clock, I mean, I've already made a couple $100, and I'm thinking nobody's even awake yet. Not nobody, but you know, the party animals from the night before are not even out of bed yet. So I like that personally, that I can get out there and get a real early productive start if the weather cooperates. And the last thing I'll mention about the pros of working on Saturday, well, a couple things, it kind of goes together. One, you know, it's a great makeup day if you get behind on the weather, but also for me, I'll just give you an example of what I'm doing this year. I've worked some Saturdays because I want to get ahead of schedule. You know, I'm out spraying lawns, and you know, early in the year you just don't know what the weather's going to be like, or really any time of year, but especially in January, February, it may be too cold, it may rain a lot. So if I get a nice Saturday, I may not necessarily be behind schedule, but with the weather being very unpredictable, I'm gonna go out there and see if I can just get a jump on it and get ahead of schedule. Now that's maybe a little bit harder to do mowing lawns, but for this in the weed control business, you know, you don't have to have them done on a certain date necessarily. So if I can get ahead of schedule, that's great. Now as far as the negatives of working on a Saturday, well, one is kind of the opposite of what I said before about being out there, being seen by your customers, being able to get, you know, interact with them. Sometimes that can be the negative side too. Some of you don't want to interact with your customers, you just want to get out there and do the work, and they don't know that you're there because they were at work during the day while you were doing their yard. But on a Saturday, people are there. Sometimes people don't, you know, they don't want the inconvenience. They're saying, this is why I'm hiring you. I don't want somebody at my house on the weekend doing yard work. I want you done during the week, and so I can come home and enjoy my yard during the day. I find that that's a very small percentage of people that are going to give you a hard time over that. And one thing you can do, and this is what I try to do, is just send people a quick text message and saying, hey, you know, we've had a lot of rainy weather lately. I'm going to be working on Saturday. I was just checking with you if it was okay for me to come spray your lawn this Saturday. And the overwhelming majority of people are okay with that, especially if you ask their permission ahead of time. They know it's been raining a lot. They know we're trying to get it done. They see their neighbors have yard signs, and they know they're getting their lawn application down. So most of the time they're going to cooperate with you in that matter. The other negative I want to mention on Saturday is, hey, this may seem a little bit more obvious, but it's Saturday. I think if we don't want to just revolve our entire life around the lawn care business. So, you know, if you worked hard on Monday through Friday, and like for me, I've got a wife and kids at home, and it's nice weather, I would rather be spending time with them. Not that I don't mind working, not that I don't like my job, my business, but again, I'm trying to have a well-balanced life and not just work all the time. So I think that's the negative. So in an ideal situation, we get our work done during the week, maybe go out on Saturday, work a half a day if you need to, but it's there if you get behind schedule or need to use it to make up. But ideally, you know, nights and weekends are not the best time to be working. So if I can work my schedule out and develop better systems, then maybe I don't have to work as much on Saturday. But what I love about it is that's the thing about lawn business. There's almost always more work to do. If you just need to make more money for whatever reason, you say, I just need more money, so I'm going to go out there and try to get more customers, more jobs. Saturday's a great day if you're going to go door to door. In my opinion, a spring warm day when people are at home out working in their yard is the ideal time to do that. So let me hear from you guys. What do y'all think about working on Saturdays? And I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you haven't done so, I'd encourage you to subscribe to the channel, click the bell beside the subscribe button, and you can check out some of the resources I have available for you at lawncarelife.com. I'm Jason Creel. Talk to you later. Bye.